Welcome to the locker. Season 5, episode 27. I'm your man, A. White. Along with my man, B. Styles. Game week. Fantasy football about to start up. Tis what it is at this point. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do. Or you talking season's over. Van House, before we get deep off into it, where you at?
Where I'm at? I'm in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's hot as shit.
Oh, it's 100 degrees here, so I know y'all got to be 340 degrees.
Dude, it's fucking hot. And it's humid.
Yeah. No, where I'm at, I was about to say the wrong thing. where I'm at is where are you at going into this week?
No,
we had Cortland Ford. Hey, hold on. It was a tweet put out, or it was some information put out that Cortland Ford went down, and they wanted to let us know that it was certain. I guess a statement. Cortland, we talked about this about 4 or 5 years ago. When do like backups, become newsworthy? And I guess everybody got an outlet now. Back in the day, you had to print that. The same way I tell people back in recruiting, when we was back in being recruited, you had to fly there to see the person, drive, whatever you didn't have. You couldn't just pop on video. You had, even if you want to see the game, we had to send you a video. And then it took how long for you to get the video? Then you had to watch the video. You could just skip through to the highlights. If you did, it took me several hours to cut up. Point being is, so they said Cortland Ford is out. He's certainly out for this game, but he's not even scheduled as a starter.
He's not even on the depth chart.
I thought he was 2.
Cortland Ford is not on the depth chart.
That ain't no bueno.
You know why I'm 100% sure? Because that was one of my that was my first, My second, was Wilcox. I'm like,
Oh, crap. You're right. Maybe they did that to get me off air. Because I've been praising Wilcox all week. And maybe he's been reading the headlines.
Something's going on. But go ahead.
No, I was just bearing with you. I don't know. Is he off the team? Is Wilcox off the team?
No. Apparently he's the number 3 running back. But this is the interesting part for me, right? There are a lot of ors on the depth chart. Not particularly on this depth chart, but there's been a lot of ors.
That's how you get up to C. Yeah.
There's been a lot of those in the history of the Mark Stoops era. You and I have stated on this show a few times, is that just to appease somebody or somebody's parents? Because now that's a factor to make them feel good about themselves.
Terry Wilson ain't got no eligibility left, do we?
Stop. Why are we going there? So that or has always been and we know that or meant nothing, right? They ain't gonna touch the field. They're not even 3rd, they're really 4th, but they put in the or to make them all right. So for me, why didn't you put the or for Wilcox? You have Demi as your starter, you have Patterson as your backup. Why not put Patterson or Wilcox? That little not having or says a lot to me.
I ain't gonna disagree with that at all. Like, there's no disagreement with that. It's more to it. There's more to it.
Right.
Big Stu text me, man.
Oh, did he?
No, I'm asking him to.
Oh, you ask him to text
you.
you.
He need to come on the dang on show, but he's scared to come on the show because he's scared slacks and them gonna get on him. And I said, I'm your best friend. Huh?
I thought, did you not tell me you media savvy individual? Did you not? Because I was gonna say something else, but we doing PG. Didn't you say that now with the current landscape of college sports that you don't have to go through Tony Neely's staff to get guys to come on the show?
No, the players don't. No, I wasn't talking about the player on there. The players don't.
Okay.
And shit, if a coach want to keep his job, you better follow them rules. Shit.
My bad.
So, yeah. I don't know, man. And here's the other side, flip side of the coin. It's absolutely good stuff. If you just got, I guess Demi and Jason, but you don't know what you're gonna get out of Jason when live bullets start flying. I'm saying you played with me when I was a redshirt freshman. I was in Wilcox's position. I wasn't in Jason Patterson's position. But hey, shoot, the game on the line. I mean, not the game on the line, but you throw me in there. Okay, I can play with a bit. But I had a year of, I wasn't the 170-something pound running back that came in the UK. At this point, I was 195 pound running back. I'm sitting right there with Mo Williams. Nowhere near what he can do. Hey, I wasn't about to give you what Mo Williams gonna give you, but I could. And when we got in the Louisville game or whatever, close behind the second spot.
The comment was close. That's you talking about coach speak? Now that's coach speak. He was close beyond the second spot. So then why not put the or on it? If they wasn't what?
I'm gonna say this though. I gotta do the damn. It's hot in my house. This shit, it's hot outside. Hey, I gotta do this though, man. We can't keep disrespecting Jason Patterson.
Facts.
I think Wilcox can play. That don't mean Jason Patterson can't play. My point is this: Coach Boulware has seen what both of them can do. Coach Boulware wants to keep his job. Coach Boulware knows who knows most of the playbook. Because when he was on Sunday Morning Sports Talk, his thing was that he's doing all the right things. He said he's doing all the right things. Like, so basically, knowing the playbooks, you come to where you're supposed to come. Now, this is going to do one of two things. It's going to give Jason an opportunity to show, but we can't keep discount Jason like it's Jamarian's time. No, because Craig Hughes came in and jumped in front of a lot of people. When I'm out there to win Craig Hughes as a freshman, 1995, I'm looking around like, how is he getting in on plays? Like, I'm talking about this is just like week 1, 2.
Valid.
And what's his name? Just Jay Suma. Why I want to say Jay Suma?
Sims.
Who?
Suma Sims.
That's his name. What's his name? What's his first name?
It was Jay Suma. You right?
Oh, okay, yeah. There's a lot of receivers. I'm like, damn, y'all gotta take a back seat to this dude. And I'm over here watching Mo Williams do what he do. I'm like, man, I want to go over there. I want to go over there where it's easy at in the DB room. I want to go over there where the easy living at.
You ass. You know damn well wasn't no easy living with us. Shit, Coach Smith have us doing tackling drills, all down individual drill.
So I think this probably will be the first time if we have a true freshman like getting live minutes, TRF. Because Demi done been in college football for a long time. Even Benny had to wait a little while and he got mop-up duties, but he wasn't in the rotation as
you also had JoJo Kemp and Boone, dude.
JoJo blacking somebody's eye. Kemp, if you don't keep yourself. No, so I'm saying that we got to change the narrative. And I know all week long, and Jason, I apologize to you because I've met you and your family.
Same here.
And I've been
Same
told
here.
you've done everything. This is nothing about you. I just want Jamarion Wilcox to realize, and I know a little bit more about Jamarion than the average person. So I think you need to do all the right things for multiple reasons, but I'm a damn running back. What I want to do is I want to be on the field. It's not DB. It's not receiver. It's not tight end where you run to. It is a position where you only get one shot. That's what Eminem said. You really only get one shot. So why does my phone keep going on? So my point. So we just kind of, I don't know. I'm curious to see how that plays out. Now, I don't know. I'm just curious how that plays out.
Let me bounce off that real quick, and then you go to your next point. Here's the deal, and this is something I talk about a lot for young people watching this show. Here's the deal. You can be the ultimate gamer on this level. You can be like Anthony said, give me in the game, then I give you 10 carries for 80 yards, right? On this level, you would never become the gamer if you don't show it in practice. So all these people who ain't in their books, ain't learning their plays, ain't doing the stuff off the field they supposed to, ain't doing the stuff in the run in whatever position room you're supposed to be doing, you might not get a chance to show that you're a gamer. So be cognizant of that, because on this level, as I tell kids, you might be the best kid on your team in high school. You might be the best kid in your area, in your region, in your state. When you go to college, the guy next to you was the same as you were. He was the best guy on his team, in his area, in his region, and maybe in his state. So therefore, what's going to differentiate you between him and yourself to the guy who's making the decision, who has a family and kids, wife, whatever to take care of off of your performance? He's going to go with the safe pick. He's going to go with the safe pick. I played with guys on my team who were not as talented as the guy behind them, but they were more dependable. Therefore, the guy behind them had to sit.
And I you know what? I ain't gonna make no correction, but I always thought that Jamarion Wilcox was, just because the way you watch him, he physical and got juice to him. And I thought we read, and UK athletics, y'all got to do better updating y'all stats, man. I understand we can tell y'all whatever we want to tell y'all we weigh. I know that for a fact. But I'm saying some of this stuff ain't adding up to what I'm seeing on film and what I'm being told and what I saw coming out of high school. You don't lose weight coming out of high school on your freshman profile. Hold on, let me pull it up first. I don't want Van pull up no extra screens. Van, you don't pull up no extra screens while we doing this. So Big Chip, I said last week, is 227. Wilcox is okay. This is where I'm at. This is where I think the correction needs to be made in our thought process. Wilcox is a redshirt freshman. Patterson is a true freshman. Wilcox is 5'10", 197. Patterson is 5'10", 206. Now, for those who don't know what that means, that means he's about 2 inches shorter, maybe 3 inches shorter than Mo Williams or myself. I'm adding myself in there just so because you ever met me, you know my height. But he is like 10 or 15 pounds heavier than us. So if Jason Patterson got that wiggle, I've met him. I looked him in his face. And right now, Van House, I'm 218. He didn't seem that big to me. But if that's what he weighs in at, I see and he's owed an apology for me saying that Jamarion Wilcox deserves it. He does deserve an opportunity, but
for sure.
What I am apologizing to Jason for is that he may deserve his opportunity, but it's because maybe if you need a breather or if you're a little bit overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed in my first start. Not saying you starting. I know you're not starting. I was overwhelmed in my first start in Tuscaloosa. But hey, that's neither here nor there. But I'm saying Jason Patterson deserves a whole lot more respect than I've been giving him. I don't know but I know a lot of people listen to what I say, listen to what you say. And I do think Jamarion Wilcox is going to be, and it might turn into Jamarion Wilcox and Jason Patterson, and we be cool for the next 3 years.
Facts.
But like I said, Demi can ball. Chip, I've heard good and bad things about Chip. I heard he's down here. What we didn't know about Rice was he can get in and out, catch the ball in the backfield, boom, get you the distance. I ain't sure if Chip can do all that. So if these young backs can do that, and we already know Demi can line up anywhere. You got Bush Hampton with a playbook as big as Van Haal's head.
There's a lot of brain in there. That's true. A lot of brain in there. Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. I want to see this offense drive the ball consistently. I'm honestly just today, right now at 9:18 Eastern Standard Time, I am on the record to say, remember when Liam's his first game, I can't remember, they played Ball State maybe? No, whoever they played, and Will Levis was completing over routes to Wandale. They were like big chunk plays here and there, and like, oh my God, now was it? It was somebody, maybe. And I'm like, all right, I like that, but that's not what's gonna get us in SEC play. We ain't gonna be able to complete as we saw Mississippi State game, as we saw later in the season. We saw that ain't gonna float, right? I want to see our offense get on 8, 9, 10 play drives. Maybe not get in 3rd and 5, not one time. Maybe keep that thing 3rd and 2 and lower every time, and just take the wheel out of Southern Miss defense. And that'll tell a lot to me about, for me, the rhythm of Bush as a coach. It is something to go 2 plays, touchdown. There's no rhythm in play calling that. Let's see what is cadence, how he like to call plays after a first down. Like you always talk about, what is this 3rd down beater? Like, what is this lockdown 3rd down call when it's 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6? Those are the things that I want to see really this first game, because we don't have like last year where we played 3 games in a row non-conference. We got to go into South Carolina. We got to get into the mode of what can we do to play against the big boys. And these damn 80-yard chunk throws ain't going to happen. Let's see, can this offense, quote unquote cliche, matriculate down the field. And that's what I'm looking for.
Are you surprised any at how the wide receiver room panned out? I'm sure we got Jeremy Macklin's nephew, but we got Dane and Berrien returning, and Ferrier is a backup. And like I said, I don't know what Anthony Brown-Stevens can do. Like, all they did was ran him on, and that was his whole playbook. That was the whole playbook last year. Just get screens or verticals. Like we scared to mess around in that middle. Like, we scared to be creative. But who was the guy? Was it Porter?
Who? Oh, yes.
That everybody I heard said he was making strides.
Yeah. And wasn't he in the portal and then got out of the portal? Didn't he go in the portal and then came back? Wasn't that Porter?
He did, but I'm thinking about somebody else then. I'm thinking about somebody. Hold on, let me look at this roster. I'm thinking about somebody else, but
that was interesting. So you touched on that we only got 5 receivers listed. Because
yeah. I don't know. And I'm gonna I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it's like we always say. Y'all in the locker. Y'all in the locker. Ben and I have done this for 5 years. That's why you see the S5 at the top. It ain't no S500. I can't afford one. Van can. I can't afford an S500. I'm saying this. You said there's only 5 receivers on the list.
Mm-hmm.
2 that's been there. 2 is high profile. 1 because they local. The other because they do one thing and they do it extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to put the ball in your hand. You get to the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
No, we not going. Now we can't do it, Baron. I'm gonna break this down to people. When I'm saying, I'm not disrespecting Baron. Baron, I don't mean no disrespect to you. If you get up there around 190, 200 reception mark, then me and you will sit down and have a conversation. If you don't do that at your position, if I'm outdoing you in your position, that's not a conversation to be had. But I will say this. What he does very, very well. And here is why what I'm saying when I use the phrase one trick pony, we need you to pull 2 or 3 defensive players away so that the tight ends can get open, so the back can get open underneath, so we get the slots open. So you have to become a threat and more than just a vertical route. Because Van knows if it's vertical route, we can't a corner ride you halfway up and turn, pass you off to the safety. Now, when we got you getting 12 yards, running across the middle, curling, now linebackers involved, safeties involved, nickels involved, everybody's involved. So now other people can get routes off. So, like I said, man, I just hate to feel like I'm disrespecting it because I've been disrespected before and I know how it feels. And I don't want to go in one of them locker rooms and they take a Gatorade jug and pour it over my head like Dion did, like because they ain't like something I said. But I'm telling you, I got over 200 receptions at this motherfucker, at this jump. So I'm talking about what I'm talking about because I know it's routes I had to pull people off. And I also know that you are dynamic in what you do. But I want wins. When we talk on the radio, I want wins. When Van say we need 10 wins, 9, 10 wins, we need everybody doing their job. We don't need you scoring. And I'm not saying scoring is bad. But I'm saying if you want to score and the defense don't want you to score and they game plan for you not to score, then somebody else has an opportunity and we can capitalize.
Football's the ultimate team game. Football's the ultimate team game. If my ex-receiver has a mandatory outside release to open up an area for an underneath receiver and his, takes the play off, then that underneath receiver can't eat. So therefore, we can't be successful. We can't get the first down because one guy has been selfish. All it takes is one guy. Dude, I don't think people understand. In the game of football, all it takes is one guy. You can have all 10 other guys pulling the rope the same, doing everything they're supposed to. All it takes is one guy to F up a defense, to F up a play, to F up a series. How many times you in 2nd and 1 and then someone jumps? Now we in 2nd and 6, right? Now we get a holding call. Now we're in 3rd and 16. Like those kind of things are the ones that can affect the team. All it takes is one. So as for defense, I'll speak on defense. In high school, you can kind of manufacture tackles. You can just do stuff that you ain't supposed to, and you can manufacture tackles. So in high school, you can end up One guy can probably have 100 some tackles in high school, and everybody thinks he's the cat's meow. In college, get in your gap. Whatever gap you have, man your gap. If you man your gap, then everybody else will eat. If everybody's in that gap, then he might come to you. But if you ain't in your gap, in this level of football, and definitely in this conference, the running back like Anthony White is going to find the gap that you're supposed to be in that you ain't in. You go look at, I don't know how many Florida State film I saw where people breaking down plays. I don't know what got into people now. Now, like, everybody wants to break down plays. So they had a guy run linebacker, and people was wondering why this play was wide open. I'm like, that guy just ain't in his gap. It's as simple as that. You overrunning your gap, the running back finds the hole. So, God, man, all it takes is one guy. And I hope that's not an issue this year for either side of the ball, and special teams too. Because let's be team players, as Anthony say. You got to do more than just be selfish and be a playmaker. Yeah, dude, you got crazy speed. Sometimes you got to set your brothers up. Sometimes you got to be a decoy. And when you're a decoy and you know you're a decoy, run the route, run the play like you're not a decoy.
I say this, and the kind of things that kind of make me think. Like I said, me and Craig, he's had a bump, man. I'm like, all right, man, you see my man. That's my man, 50 grand. I say this, though. How did, as the season went on, we continued to run burying on screens, jet sweeps, and vertical routes? And I'm telling you, because if this sounds eerily familiar to you, you're speaking to somebody who knows something about something that they know about. And Ray Davis becomes a part of the offense late in the season, while you are relegated to jet sweeps, screens, and vertical routes. But Ray Davis is doing everything, getting 100-yard rushing, receiving. I'm not making this up. Like I'm saying, and I guess, like, if people mentor them, I mean, it was a different age when we didn't have social media. Everybody couldn't talk to you. They didn't have these platforms. But we are somebody, and this is not a knock on the guy at all. But if you make the offensive coordinator shrink his playbook because he can't take you off the field, that's different. Now, Bill Belichick, Andy Reid, if I can't use my whole playbook, you can't be on the field. You're on mute. But there's two different things. I'm saying, so like I said, this is not a knock on nobody. I'm just trying to protect my 9-win season, 8-9-win season, because Van put y'all through the thing. And I seen everybody on Twitter talking about they went through Van, what Van told them to do. And everybody came out with 9 wins. And that's just you being you. Now, let them F around and go down to Knoxville and Garantano show up. He got 1 year eligibility left. Let that happen.
Yeah. He ain't lying.
So I mean that ain't that. I just, and my concerns are this team has all the parts, and we've had all the parts for about 3 or 4 years. We've had all the parts 3 or 4 years. What I've been told, what I've been understanding is the guys understand. JJ Weaver understands this year. Pop Dumas Johnson understands. Derek, man, Derek, you just plug and play. You just plug, just throw him out there. He could play with John Calipari. Just roll him out there. He gonna do what he got to do. Defensive back core, veterans, kid we got from Michigan, probably gonna do what he's gonna do because they've been well coached. That Michigan team has been well coached. And Anwar got about 9 or 10 dogs up front, just hungry, just after it. So my point is, everything is on point. Brock Vandergrift has been on a team that has won 2 national championships. So at the very least, you know how to win. I'm not gonna make no mistake. I might not win us the game. I might not lend boldness to a decent season, but I ain't gonna cost us the game. So it comes down to these little things. So when people say, well, you said this, I'm letting you know ahead of time. I am letting you know ahead of time where I think the problems can be if they do occur. So don't, well, Anthony White said they were going to win 10 games. No, I'm telling you. And I'm going to go back to 3 years ago when I said, man, we're playing against whatever team it was playing. We was get all kind of leakage up front. There was all kind of leakage against a MAC team. I was like, I don't know. If you get SEC, this the year after the year when Scangarello was here. First year, the only year was Scangarello. And they was like, I was like, damn, we get an awful lot of pressure for a MAC team. Like
was it Northern? Or was it that
you said the year before Liam?
You said a year after Liam.
I thought it was the year after Liam.
Yeah. Was that Northern Illinois?
Whatever, it happened 2 games in a row was my problem.
Because that was Cox's team that came here the next year, right? No. Because that was Yinzer. Never mind. No, that wasn't that team. I don't know. Was it? It was Chattanooga. It could have been Chattanooga. Remember Chattanooga gave us all that problem? One of them.
Yep. I think it was them. That was them. I think it was them in Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
But my point was, man, this ain't supposed to be happening. Because once SEC teams watch this video and they got better athletes, they can do the same things they doing.
Facts. In better.
Let me see shit. That wasn't that year, was it? Miami of Ohio?
The games we played Northern Illinois tight, but that wouldn't have been the year. We played Chattanooga tight. Those were 2 games that we probably should have lost. Well, the Chattanooga game we definitely should have lost.
Oh yeah, that was 28-23.
Yeah.
Louisiana Monroe 45-10. Missouri 35-28. It was that year. It was that year.
So
that ain't the year. We ended up with 10-3. That ain't the year.
That was Leon's first year.
I know the year I'm talking about is when they was getting leaked. The worst offensive line year we had. And I believe it might have been 20.
That was the next year.
Right. That's what I thought. Yeah. And those games were Miami of Ohio. We won.
Yeah.
We beat Florida. I don't know how. Youngstown State. The Northern Illinois came in 31-23. You're right. So it was 20. Then we lost to Ole Miss because we couldn't protect Will, and he got hit. And people may say Will should have done something different with the ball. Then Will couldn't play against South Carolina. So we had to put in
Kai Sharon.
Where's Kai Sharon at?
I just saw it. Could he be at Miami of Ohio? He's a backup. I know that because I saw. I think John Hall did a little thing on Twitter about it. Yeah, he's a backup somewhere because he was like, how did the transfers do after they left Kentucky? Oh, is that Tennessee Martin? They say UTM. I think UTM is Tennessee Martin.
That's a long pause.
Yeah. Long pause?
Long fall. That's a man Bubba Dennis. That's our man Bubba Dennis. CJ, everybody. Yeah, UT Martin. We got many people stating it. Lee Hubster.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's Chubb Rock's little brother. Said
treat them right.
Woo-hoo. Right.
Freedom. Oh, I'm sorry. Right. I'm sorry. Chuck Rock jumped to the scene. No, I'm sorry.
Right. He said, you think the leadership is going to be a problem this year? Everybody's questioning if he's going to let Bush Hamlin go ham. And those who don't know what ham is, it means hard as a mug. And
Put
when
that
we
on
say mug, is that coffee mug, not the ceramic ones that you made in school. Coffee, a Yeti coffee mug. Go ahead.
Put that on a t-shirt. Will Bush go ham? Dude, that's money. That's give me my money.
Well, it's a show. Only 2 of the transfers. Yeah. And this is, well, I ain't gonna say anymore. People bring up a lot of times when people leave here, what do they do when they go somewhere else? And I'm gonna say this. I don't know, man. I don't want to get taken off the air. This ain't bad. It's not really bad. But who in the hell are bringing in these people that are getting sent out? I know for a fact what Anwar brings in because I've met him. I talked to the players. And we lost Justin Rogers.
Mute him before he gets trouble. Mute him.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, all I'm saying is that who are bringing in these people that are transferring and can't play in the MAC, can't start in the MAC. And let me ask you this, man. You sitting over being awful quiet today for some reason. I don't know what the hell wrong with you. But I'm going to ask you this.
Because you cooking.
Why?
You cooking.
Why do you, hold on. You from down there with Southern at and all that. Why would you leave a D1 SEC school? I'm talking about swag alone, and then probably umbrella NIL. Swag, and they about to become employees next year. But swag, this year, sometime this year. Swag alone, why would you leave here to go to a mid-major school and not start? You cannot start here. You have all the swag and NIL. And you might be one injury away from getting an opportunity.
You know why. Anthony, you know why. Come on, man. Look, y'all. I'm looking at John Hale's thing about I'm trying to find his transfer thing. Look, y'all. This is the deal. And Anthony, I've seen it many times. I've seen it with my sister's group.
Yeah, Bryce Oliver.
Yeah, Bryce Oliver.
I like he had that juice to him. I like Bryce.
So my sister's 12 years younger. So that'd have been in the early 2000s. And I've seen it from that time, about 2005 on to now. Mm-hmm. Is that the increase in revenue for major sports has increased the salary for athletes in major sports. Therefore, parents now believe that their kid is worthy of those benefits later in life. So some parents get overzealous about the process when they get to a school like Kentucky, because we're still not Alabama, we're still not Georgia, we're still not LSU, where people say, oh, well, my kid can maybe sit 2 years and then they'll be fine because they had a traditional powerhouse. So I'm going to say this. I believe there are some influences, and then you get the agents. There's some influences outside of the kids, really looking out for the kid. They're looking out for themselves. And some parents want to wear across their chest so they can go to work and say, look where my son at. Look where my daughter's at. And it hurts the kids. And I think that's why some of these individuals leave our football program to go elsewhere and don't do dilly squat when they're there, because they're doing it for the wrong reasons.
And we don't want to hear in the first place, but Van House.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you pulled out the big dog.
Van House, I got one question for you.
Just one?
Right now, I just got one for you. I ain't done a lot of math in a while. And I fell off the wagon. Did somebody not tell you approximately 2 years ago?
Facts. I already know. Facts. Tell the new listeners, though. I'm sorry.
The NIL transfer portal was going to change the landscape. The aspect you said is something people really don't talk about. And there are a lot of players. That's why I love what you do with your kids. Kudos to my man Vance. You let your kids make their choice. You prepare them. Their options are copious. They have options. You want to go athletic? You can go athletic. It might not be Power 5, but if you want to go academic, and you can go academic. Like there's no barriers to them, and you ain't even probably got to come out of pocket, which you can if you had to. I mean, you ain't scared to work for it. But there's people who may have not made the right decisions in life. Their kid was a great athlete. Like my parents weren't very well off, but if somebody was to say, we're gonna give him 350, prime example right now, one of our homeboys, they are courting Jasper Johnson in basketball. Every university, Michael Jordan. University of Kentucky, Alabama, all them, they courting. He going high school right now, but they want to pay him like $300,000 or $400,000. Like this, man, he ain't bad. He ain't bad. He knows what he's doing with his son. His son is not making decisions for him. His son is making decisions for Jasper.
Facts.
Now, this is what I was telling somebody earlier today. He can go to North Carolina and see Michael Jordan probably once a week.
Yeah.
He could also come to Kentucky and be part of a process and make his state proud. I'm thinking, this is just me. I'm thinking he's leading toward North Carolina. I ain't talked to Dino, nobody. I just think the type of kid, he changes his shoes every quarter in high school. He changes his shoes every quarter. Who has the
Whoa. Out the box new? Or he broken them in?
I don't know. I just see him on the court. And I'm like, damn, he got different shoes on because they always like bright and colory. Huh?
Hold, Anthony. Every quarter, every game.
Every quarter. I didn't watch a whole lot of their games, but I did watch them in the playoffs. So we had Dennis on Sunday morning. I was like, man, Jasper changed his shoes at halftime. He said, nah, he changed them every quarter.
So that means he got a pair under his under the bench.
Your name Jasper Johnson. You can have them wherever you want to have them. It don't matter. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Man.
Damn.
Hold on. Let me catch up some of these comments. People are dangling a dollar bill and can't cash it.
So as you're doing that,
hey man, what do we need Corey Price for? I do like Corey Price.
Probably for the transfer, and I found John Hale's article. So if you want to hear him, I can give them to you.
Will you say what?
I found the John Hale's article that says where the transfers are. If you want to hear him,
is verbal or you gonna peek? You said if we want to hear him.
Yeah, if it's something that you still want to talk about, I'm not sure you want to.
Oh no, go ahead, let's get it.
Okay, so England.
Hey, I'm already got everybody's already pissing everybody's Wheaties.
England is at Pittsburgh, so he followed the Devonshire angle. He's in Pittsburgh. He was not listed on the 2 deep chart though. Ardell Banks is at Kent State. Grant Bingham, I think he's done, right? No, he transferred, but now he's nowhere because he hasn't announced a new school yet. Crowders is at Hawaii. Crowders caught, I think, 1 touchdown pass at about 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because the game came out after midnight, and I think he caught that pass about the second quarter. So you was definitely sleeping. Snoring.
Was that week 0 or is that?
That was week 0.
Scrimmage?
Week 0.
Oh, okay.
Cotrell is at West Florida. That's D2. Just if you want to understand. So he went down a level, which is to me, which is what a lot of kids should do. He humbled himself and said, "Okay, I probably should go down a level." That's a smart man. Who is smart? We're smart. Oh, he's smart for training. Okay, yeah. Cummings is at Louisville. I don't think he's on the 2-man chart. Dinkins is at Purdue. Now, I'm gonna say that's one guy whom I wish we still had. Of this list I just talked about, Dinkins is one guy that could have helped us on the defensive line when Hayes got hurt. He's at Purdue. Luke Fulton, I don't know where he's nowhere. Geiger is at Tulane. I want to see him ball out with Sumrall. Deuce Hogan is at New Mexico State. Cole Lantern is at Gardner Webb. Juton McClain, a retired apparently. Shamar Porter is at UConn. Elijah Reed is at Akron. Kyle Sharon is at UT Martin. The kicker Jackson Smith is at West Kentucky. Martez Thor, don't know. The two Wade brothers are at Colorado. Lavelle Wright is at Austin Peay, which is another one. Humbled himself and said, how can I get some playing time and at least showed my skill set? A lot of these guys ain't do that. If you look at it.
Well, hold on, Van. Hold on. Don't sit up there. Don't sit up there. Don't sit up there. There's locker. We got the locker right now for about 3 to 5 minutes. We about the locker right now. Tell the MF and truth.
Mm-hmm.
You humble yourself and
now you sugarcoating it.
No, I want to come out right because I don't want to come out as disrespectful. Because this is why I wanted to come out right. I was on a terrible offense that the offense had to completely fail for us to go to another option.
Yeah.
You agree with that or not?
Facts.
So we stuck with the game plan. Now, mind you, I played early in the season and I played against Cincinnati, but for some reason I didn't fit the mold. But the person I was playing behind because I was only redshirt freshman upper class when everybody else was underneath us, and it was a senior.
One senior, 2-3 freshmen, and you. Yeah.
So I understand you giving. I absolutely understand it. So we just start jumping people in front of me. I never had the opportunity. No, I'm saying we don't have this. So what do you expect me to do? What would you, and you've seen it firsthand, what would you have expected me to do in a situation where the senior, a redshirt freshman, and all true freshmen ain't making a cut? But let's try him. Let's try him. I never did anything to hurt myself, man, until I went into your office and you said, well, you know what? You can start in Tuscaloosa. But I am saying, if coming back to the next season, why would I come back after you done played all these freshmen? If they would have brought that same coaching staff back, there'd have been no reason for me to come back.
Right.
So you say got to humble yourself. I don't know. Maybe that's a Barry Brown situation. Maybe that's a Boone Williams situation.
Whoa. You are right in your assessment with your situation, right? Because if you ask me, the guy who came in as the OC whisperer didn't recruit you at Kentucky. He recruited these other two guys. He had a hand in getting these other two guys here, right?
Wait a minute, who?
You know who I'm talking about. Uzlak.
Uzlak recruited me in Colorado.
He didn't recruit you to Kentucky. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. So
I'm confused.
I've been through this
in Colorado. So that's why
I've been through this before, but on the other level. Look,
let's go.
How can I put in business terms?
This is a locker. You gonna get on me? This
all right,
locker.
put in football terms. Okay, so you recruited me to go to Colorado. You went to Kentucky, right? You go to Kentucky, you ain't starting. I don't see nothing you're doing. You're redshirted. So now maybe my assessment might have been wrong. So now you didn't come to me. You went to a lower ranked team and you ain't play. So therefore, I'm looking above you. That's how some pricks, I want to say another word, but that's how some pricks see things, right? They say, well, he ain't nothing now. So let me bring in these new guys whom I feel like maybe I was wrong on him. Instead of seeing it with my own two eyes, okay, he That guy went to defense. They didn't even want to play offense no more. He went to defense. You know what I'm saying? So then he comes in with a clouded vision of what the talent on the whole team is. And for your situation, I've said this many times on this show, you and Couch came into that Louisville game and gave us a chance.
Right.
Y'all two people, Yeast was already playing. Keo Sanford was already playing. Those guys already playing at the time. You and Couch were the only two new people really came in the game, and y'all gave us a chance to almost win that game, right? So my thing is this. So why didn't he say, oh, after that game, after y'all pulled us from, why don't he start the next game?
I don't even think I played the next game. Wasn't that Indiana? Or was it Cincinnati?
No, the next game would have been Indy.
It was a rain game.
It might have been Cincinnati because we played. Reason why I know we played Florida after Cincinnati because I messed my thumb up and I didn't start because I had a cast on my hand.
Okay, so that's what it was. I did get a little backup role in Cincinnati.
So
then if we went Indiana and Florida, and Mike Days became the starter, just became the starter out of nowhere.
You did Florida, then Indiana.
Whatever. Yeah, right.
So here's the thing, y'all. And this is why I want people to understand it. Because I'm hearing a lot of stuff about the place kicker kick a 60-yard field goal. Why he's not starting? The punter's supposed to done some good things. Why he's not starting? There's layers to this, and some of these layers are faulty layers. But coach, this is not high school. My livelihood depends on this. Like y'all understand? I'm making $1 million, dude. You just can't make that anywhere. And I'm doing a job that I love. So I'm going to make sure I can keep my family fed. So even though the guy kicked a 60-yard field goal, can he consistently make the 30-yard? Can he consistently make the 40-yard? Because how many times are you going to kick a 60-yard? It ain't going to happen often. It'll happen before half, and it'll happen at the end of the game. If it's the first quarter on the first drive, you're not kicking 60-yard field goal because then the opponent gets the ball at the 43. It ain't going to happen. So just because you kick a 60-yard field goal absolutely means nothing unless he can kick the 20, 30, 40 consistently through the uprights on the right and left hash, not in the middle of the field, on the right end or left hash. The punter, he can't just throw a 90-yard punt, then go 20-yard, 20, 22, 20. Like, you got it. If you're going to kick 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, ain't nobody looking for you to kick 90 anyway. So it's the consistency. So I think we get kind of out of whack with some of these things that we hear. And there's a reason why certain people are playing, and sometimes it can be wrong. How many times? Hey, here's the last, I'm going to get off of this. We had a great coach at Florida who used to coach at Mississippi State. He started Franks over Kyle Trask. Did it not take? Huh?
All right, go ahead. Continue.
Did it not take for an injury to happen for him to say,
oh yeah,
I might just start Franks. I mean, Kyle Trask, right?
Or I might have to.
I have to.
Right.
So sometimes, I mean, damn, Trent Green with Kurt Warner.
Yeah.
If Trent Green doesn't get hurt, we don't ever know the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner ever in the history of football.
Yeah. I agree with you. Somebody did bring up, oh Lord, we got all kinds of messages coming in. Somebody did bring up the veto thing, and that is kind of
Anthony.
I don't know. I mean, that was a talented kid, man.
Here's the deal. Here's what I want people to understand. It goes with track too, Anthony. How many times have you known a guy in your neighborhood that can beat up anybody? Like when you go hands to hands, he yeah, right? Put him in a boxing match against guys with true skill set, he get knocked out all the time.
Right.
Vito, in my opinion, couldn't couldn't adapt his skill set within the framework of a defense. You can't go rogue every play. You have to show that you can play within the scheme, but then like color to the edge. Don't color all the way to the end of the page.
Right.
Sometimes you can go a little bit out of the edge and it still look all right, but you just can't willy-nilly color to the end of the page. And that to me was Vito. There's a lot of kids, there's a lot of guys that we both know that have unbelievable talent, but they ain't even played 2 snaps in college.
Well, I gotta back you up, man. And like I said, we've been beating people up. We've been doing a pretty good job, Dave. We've been saving people, backing everybody up. I gotta back you up. I gotta back you up. I gotta back the people up on the comment section.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna go into this.
Go ahead.
This is a locker, so I'm gonna be candid. I'm gonna be kind of candid with people. So a lot of things that I've been through in life, and this is a me story, but it's relating to everything that's went down up and down this chart. You just said my people, my parents, poor was cool with us. Middle, lower class was cool with us. Poor, whatever, it's cool with us. But people are saying, and this is, and I don't mean no disrespect to JD or Cobby Cobb. Tito was living the wrong lifestyle. I'm Van House. I'm gonna take you to church, and I know you can attest to it. You not that guy is why people are watching us, because they respect us because we live the right lifestyle. Now there's some things I've done that if I told you, like, what? Vito didn't. I don't know if Vito lived the wrong lifestyle, Van House. Correct me if I'm wrong. He lived a lifestyle that he knew or what he was accustomed to. Because there was nobody. I don't know. Maybe you didn't have any friends. Maybe K. Frank and maybe you had friends who didn't say, "Hey, don't do that." But if all your friends smoking weed, toting guns, and I'm not saying Vito was doing that. I'm not saying that. I ain't never toted a gun until I became in my 30s or something like that. But not toting it around like,
right.
I mean, everybody owns firearms, whatever. For those reasons, my point was that you are right that Vito tricked off a whole situation. I don't think we give enough credit to mental health and whatever made him choose that direction. My sister and brother have both been in jail for over 7 or 8 years. My sister been in jail for damn near 20 years in and out. My brother. So I didn't go the same path they went because whatever reason I saw fit, or I was always an athlete, so I was like, I'm not gonna mess this up. But my mother, my homeboy, all my homeboys played pro ball. Like the ones, my A1s, day ones, all played pro ball. All my friends made 6-7 figures. So I didn't want to jump in on that Vito thing. I think I understand what people are saying, but kind of give pause a little bit to how these things go down. Like when you look at, I was talking to somebody about Chris Rodriguez being cut today. And I was like, man, you think about it, like our best running backs, Chris, in the past 20 years, Chris Rodriguez, Benny Snell, them dudes don't even make it in the league. Like what? Like it could be the disrespect to UK. But then we started talking. I was like, well, Chris Rodriguez did have a bunch of baggage. Lynn Bowden, same thing. Lynn Bowden was a hell of an athlete. He was raised up in circumstances that were just normal to him, to which ain't normal to Van. I don't know, Alex. I can't say that. I don't know your background. A lot of stuff was normal to me, but they kept it away from me, and I wasn't allowed to get engaged with all that stuff. So, not saying don't blame Vito. I'm not saying that he tricked. I'm not saying he didn't squander off an opportunity to be a D1 athlete. I'm just saying the decisions he's make is based off the way he was raised. But that's all.
I'm gonna piggyback on that a little bit because my comments ain't really got to do much with off the field. Because I know some people who were, if you want to say, not doing the right thing off the field, but doing the right thing on the field. I know quite a few of those. I know a lot of guys who didn't go to class, smoked, drank, did all the other things, womanized, whatever, drive drunk. I know a lot of players who did that, but somehow when they got into that building, and not necessarily Kentucky, trust me, I played in Louisiana. I know a lot of people play ball, but when it got to football, them MF went straight and narrow.
Football, right? It was football.
They were football wise perfection. Once they got outside the building, they were attracted to things that, as Anthony said, that's all they know. If that's all you know, that's all you know. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to become a non-functioning citizen.
Right.
My thing with Vito is, on the field, he was a loose cannon. Sometimes that loose cannon can make the right play because he didn't mind contact. He was physical. He had that dog in him. The thing about it is when you are going, and he's going 100. When you're going 100, it's outside the scheme of the defense. Ain't nothing wrong with going 100 and making a mistake, because that's two different things of making a mistake and doing something outside the framework of the defense. You make a mistake going full speed, you can mistake yourself into a sack. You can mistake yourself into a TFL because they ain't expecting you to be there. You ain't supposed to be there, but you're going full speed because you read something that you thought was there, but they play action fake, right?
Yeah.
When you're in the wrong spot, you're in the wrong spot because you're guessing. You ain't reading nothing. You just guessing. Or they come on a formation. Or they gonna run it. You just doing something you ain't supposed to. That to me was the Vito. And yes, you're right. But dude, that Vito ain't the only one. He won't be the last one that has unbelievable talent that didn't translate to the next level. Because like I said earlier, everybody is a Vito on this level. Like, it's not like Vito is, think of
Alex Safari is probably a little bigger Vito.
Yes. Vito ain't Sean Taylor, where he's just a unicorn. He ain't that good. He just ain't. Some of those players can get by with it, and there's only one or two every 3 or 4 years. You gotta find a way to conduct yourself in the scheme, in the framework, in the at least color inside the lines.
Yeah, I agree with Matt Chumley said, man. Like I said, it's been a good show. I appreciate this show, man. So we're gonna have information to break down next time we gather. But like I said, the people in transfer portal, and this is one thing and some of the coaches in the UK always talk about. And this is where I don't want to get misconstrued. Yeah, there are players that need to transfer because you can't play here. But there is a small percentage of players that I think are sitting behind popularity. And if you want to do that, then that's fine. But I'm not blaming you if you want to leave. Now, like I said, because I think the twins. One of them was gonna play. One of them probably wasn't gonna play.
That's the one
gonna go with your brother. So,
yeah,
cool.
That's a parent thing, and that dude here. Oh my God! Don't get me on, because that's a whole nother show. Because eventually, or maybe not, eventually you have to separate. You got to cut the cord between the two brothers because they are not exactly the same. One's a quarterback, one's a defensive player.
He could play safety. The quarterback probably gonna wind up playing safety. I'm not saying he can't, but I think, and I thought they were asking him to play safety here. But we brought in, hold on, Van. We brought in 4 new quarterbacks, man. We brought in all new quarterbacks. You mean to tell me?
Not one.
You always say once they start jumping, you better make decisions.
Yeah, it bothers me more that, and I don't know if people know, but the mom I will say some good about the son, and all of a sudden I see her liking and commenting. I'm like,
I know you ain't talking about what I think you're talking about.
mm-hmm. So there's a problem. Dude, there is a big problem. And I'm gonna say this. I think Keaton had a chance to play in the NFL. He had a chance.
To make it to be in camp.
He had a chance to, dude. You get into camp, you got a chance at outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Destin, I'm not. I'm talking about the defensive play. I think Keaton had a legitimate chance of playing on next level.
Yeah.
Keaton was in a starting rotation.
Yeah. And we losing everybody next year.
So why would you take him out of a situation where the coaches are trying to work with him to become a better player, and then move into a situation you know nothing about? Like, why would you take your kid? Now, the one kid ain't playing here. The one kid ain't playing quarterback anywhere on the D1 level.
Right.
If he wants to play quarterback so badly, okay, here's one for you. Then I'm gonna let you take over. If he wanted to play quarterback so badly and he wanted to stay in the area so you can keep your kids in the vicinity of each other, why didn't he go to Kentucky State? Why can he go to Eastern Kentucky? Why can he go to more? Find one of those colleges that's a lower level that needs a quarterback and go that route. You can't, dude. You couldn't scratch the field on Kentucky SEC team. How are you going to touch the field on Colorado when? And I'm just going to say it like this. Not even knowing the name, Anthony. If the coach's son is the quarterback, you really think you're going to come off of not being a starter and beating the coach's son? It ain't got nothing to do with how good Shador is, where he's ranking as far as a draftable prospect. I'm just talking about just the mere fact that he is the starting quarterback and he's the head coach's son. You ain't ever beaten that. Ever. So why would you go there?
Yeah. I will say this. And this is one thing I don't think a lot of people put a lot of weight in. Some people got too much pride when they leave UK because they don't want to be a backup or they don't want to go through that whole deal. And they go down a level. Like you said, if you go like, who's Koback? Koback went to Toledo, balled out. Like, led Matt Cameron. Like, he was in top three. Brian Koback led the top three. I'm just saying, I think sometimes it's that, but I want to ask you this. I want to say I got a little inside scoop. I don't got inside scoop. But I want to say, and this is something I've been alluding to the whole show. If you've been disrespected at school, if a parent has been lied to, get my kids the hell up out of here. Damn all that. Now, mind you, if you say you want to get your kids up out of here, Virginia might not be the place for you. Georgia, damn sure, probably ain't the place for you. Clemson. So I'm saying you just letting the coach know, look, I'm not staying under you. Because you don't lie to a parent about their kid when they miles away from home. Don't do that. There's one thing I do respect Bill Curry for, not lying to my mama. He just told her he can't play for us. He got to go. All right. And I respect that. But, so I don't know how this show got on this tangent about.
Because who we start talking about?
Oh, neither on the depth charts.
Dude.
Oh, Lord.
Anthony, look, man. How many times do we talk about if a freshman jumps you, what's going to happen? So now You were talking about leaving a situation where you were not the dog, right? You were not that dude. You ain't Deion Walker. You're not Max Harrison. You telling me you're gonna leave a situation where you were not the guy on the team, go to another situation and expect to be their guy? Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, if I'm CEO of a company, I'm gonna be CEO of another company because I'm the top dog. You ain't gonna go down, right? If I'm Deion Walker, I've proven I'm all conference. Like Pop. Let's go Pop. Pop All-American at Georgia. Do you think Pop came here to be a backup?
That's true.
Right? Like, I'm not coming, dude. National champion starting linebacker, All-American. I'm not doing that. But now, if my kid is a backup on a D1 team with D1 players, now you expect for me to leave a D1 situation, then be the starter on them? It's like, what's the receiver that went to Troy with John Summerall?
My boy from Georgia.
Yes. It doesn't matter. We all know who he is.
Yeah.
He went down to Troy. Just like Bryce Allen.
He had grade problems though. Like he had
whatever it is, but Anthony, whatever it is, he went down a level to ball out.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you ain't that dude here, you ain't gonna be that dude somewhere else. It's like the other guy. Now I'm just, man, my brain is Chris Lewis, right? It's like the guy that was he from Syracuse? Then he had an issue with the Central Florida.
I was thinking of Devontae Ross.
No, not him. But he's balling out of Marshall too. But the thing about it is, you gotta be that dude.
He's balling out at Troy. The guy that never made it to UK, the one I was big on.
No, Ross didn't. Ross went to Marshall, I thought.
Devontae Ross is at Troy. He never came to Kentucky.
Right.
Damn, how is he only a junior? I'm looking at the thing, but I didn't know Christian Lewis went to. He ain't on the depth chart.
No, well, because Christian Lewis at Tulane. Because he had
he's at Tulane. Okay, that's when you said, okay, I went to Troy. Okay, my bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue, my man.
So it's like, we gotta understand, as Anthony, maybe that's when you just said the right thing. And I'm gonna put my kid in this situation, because if you didn't hear it, my kid at first year high school, the MF, before high school, actually, as a 7th grader, the MF jumped 19 feet 2 inches in the long jump as a 7th grader, as a 13-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which is, if you think about it, 7th grade, 19.2, these guys in high school jumping 21. So he's got regional record, he's got all this, right? But I knew that his work ethic he wasn't in love with the sport. He liked the sport. He didn't live and die with the sport. So I'm like, all right, your numbers are great now. It's gonna catch up with you. I told him his freshman, I'm like, dude, you are smart as hell. Let's go the college route and we'll walk on somewhere. Now, I could have told him at 19.2, he was the 6th best long jumper in his age group. Oh, dude, let's go get the best trainers and all this stuff. Dude, it ain't in him, though. Like, if you know it ain't in your kid, you know that. Don't sit there and lie to your kid and say, oh, well, Kentucky just screwed you over. Let's go to Alabama. Dude, you can't play at Kentucky. You're probably not going to play at Alabama. And Alabama didn't recruit you either. They're going to try to get you for a depth piece because we need depth.
Yeah.
Right? But now, you didn't like to be a depth piece at Kentucky. Why would you be a depth piece anywhere else? Why not go to UT Martin, Kentucky State, EKU, West Kentucky, and see if I can ball out? Like, that's the right thing to do. And if you ball out with the portal, your ass can come right back up to D1 in 2 years. like Christian Lewis did.
I'm gonna say this when we getting up out of here. I'm gonna ask you this: what's the likely? Well, it ain't very likely now. I was gonna say, what's the likelihood of the Twins returning to Lexington? What's the likelihood of any of these people returning to Lexington?
You asked the wrong person because I'm petty.
I told you better get up off of here, man. You better keep on doing this, man.
You asked the wrong person because I'm petty. It is no way the way after and this this ain't about the kids. I don't think you might not remember what the dad and mom said after they left. How they poo-poo.
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Say it.
I don't remember.
This is like a say it.
I don't remember exactly, but it was not a glowing exit. They said they poo-pooed on the program and they were done wrong. They felt like they were done wrong by the coaching staff and the program. So y'all can't come back because that ain't what happened.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Now, but there's no other person on that team.
Why did Thrower leave? The Thrower only had one. How many years Thrower had left? 2 or 1?
I don't know. And I don't know. I really don't know. But ego. Here's the other thing. Now, I don't know about this. As you said earlier, grades play a factor. Grades play a factor.
Well, you can't just transfer with bad grades and just enroll either, though.
Well,
you better stay at the school you went and let them put you on.
Anthony, that's kind of plan.
Go ahead.
That's why he ain't enrolled anymore. Maybe Kentucky had him on the outs too. Maybe his grade is so bad he was going to be on probation.
Van, I heard these thoughts are Van House all along.
And I'm totally riffing on this. I don't know, but I'm just saying if it's a grade thing.
No, it's absolutely a possibility. Absolutely a possibility. But man, we've been tearing kids' heads off all night. I'm tired. I'm like we done with Cabbage Patch Kids, man.
But it's the college sport thing, man. I think some people take it for granted. It's hard, y'all. I don't think y'all understand how hard college sports are.
Hold on. I absolutely agree with you. But you do realize they only got 25-hour weeks now?
No. Not the I think the sport part is the easiest part. It's all the other stuff that some of these kids ain't used to.
Yeah, but I'm saying when sports at some point, and I'm going. You ever heard of a guy named Mo Williams?
Yeah.
You ever heard of a guy named what the hell is a cat from Ohio State, running back, 1993, was a doctor. Michael something. I thought it was Michael something. Okay, so here we go. Let me get to my point.
You got me with that one.
Dang, when I tell you, you'll know exactly.
Running back for Ohio State. Vikings
Smith? Michael Smith?
No, the Vikings.
No, his name is Smith. Yeah, last name is Smith. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What's first name? You don't know?
I ain't know he was a doctor.
So maybe because I'm on from Ohio, you didn't know this. Elliott Uselak was at Ohio State.
Robert
Smith, yeah. He got kicked out of Ohio State because Robert was taking doctorate classes and he told him he can't miss summer workouts. And he said, I'm trying to finish. And that is part of the reason Elliott Uselak left Ohio State to go to Colorado.
Oh.
So I don't know what happened with him in Colorado between the Heisman Trophy years and coming to Kentucky. And he pulled the same stuff with somebody you know.
Uselak?
Oh my God, man. So you don't know that Uselak told Mo Williams if he didn't start, if he didn't come to summer workouts, he wasn't starting.
Yes.
And that's why Mo Williams left his junior year.
Yes. Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you was going somewhere else.
So
Yes,
he was pulling all this bully stuff. Like he been pulling his bully stuff his whole career.
yes.
You can
For
look
sure.
up
Okay.
Robert
Yeah.
Smith stuff. Like it's documented. So my point is, like I said, you got some of those type of people, but I also feel that we got a good coaching staff with all these promises and whatnot. I don't know. It's just gonna be a murky situation. It's just always gonna be a murky situation.
I'm gonna get off here because I know it's late for you. It's interesting that Elliot Uzelak coaching profile. He only really lasts a year or two at each spot he went to.
Where?
He only lasts like 2 years on average at
Anywhere.
everywhere he went to. Because he's just a abrasive dude.
Now you
He
talking
only
about
had
Bush
2
Hamden.
plays.
You throwing shots at Bush Hamden now.
No, how's that Bush Hamden? I said Elliot. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, Bush is different.
that was different.
Come on, man. I thought we were on the same team. Yeah. No, we're on the same team.
I was trying to save you from
They called me out. I don't like that.
They want to know when the next driving with Styles is gonna be.
When there's something to break down. So Monday and Tuesday, probably. I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all. Because I kind of like at the end of last year doing it late at night. Didn't get a lot of banner, but I could get it done. I don't know.
Man, who is Truth and Justice? You jumped in at the end of the show. We supposed to been done at 10 o'clock. You just jump in like, hey, look, I'm late, but here's my takes. Get takes.
Yeah, who is Truth and Justice? That's an interesting name for a YouTube tag moniker too.
That's Anwar's alias.
Oh.
Do not be mad. Do not be mad. It ain't gonna show much. But everybody got us. Before we get out, this is the last thing before we get out of here. Before we get out of here. Do we cover spread? We win by 28.
Yeah.
And if we don't, are you concerned?
It depends on how. Is it 14-10 or is it 27-0?
Let me ask you this: What if it's 35-10? What if it's 35-14? What if it's 35-14?
I'm cool with that. Now, I'm not sure how the game going on. Did they score a touchdown late, or did we score a touchdown late? Now we scored a touchdown late.
That's only one touchdown a quarter, per se.
We just
and we gave them 2.
We just saw Georgia Tech play Florida State. They each only had 7 possessions. You ain't scoring on every possession now.
I was spoiled in my time at UK. I'm sorry.
That's what. Look, damn, dude. I know we gotta get off. I saw something, and I don't know how true it is, but you know how I'm in a little shit. There's a guy who said, you know how in the NFL, once you tackle, play clock starts. It resets. Beep, reset. He was saying the clock was not resetting for, on average, 8 seconds of play. So play hits, whistle blows, 8 seconds goes off before the play clock starts. So if you think about it, that's 8 seconds per play. You're talking about what? 100 and some plays? That's a lot of time.
Uh-huh.
So them teams had seven possessions. That's not a lot. With the green dot on the helmet. So no.
We'll see. Anyways, I was watching Feinbaum today. And Feinbaum act like us. I like Feinbaum.
Uh-oh.
We got the Feinbaum on here. Can you see me, or is my screen black like mine?
Your screen black.
Okay, good. Well, not good, but I didn't know. I ain't about to go through all that setting it back up. We'd like to thank you all for joining. Like, subscribe, share, follow. I do enjoy you all, and myself and Van has access as well to YouTube to respond to your comments. That's why I've seen that everybody took Van's quiz, and y'all all got 9 and 3. So head to your local betting agency and put the cats in for 10 and 2. You do it now, you get big bucks. Because Tennessee might, if we can execute like the way we want to execute, we running players off. And I'm gonna say this before we leave. This is the one thing I wanted to say earlier, Van Hiles. You do know Justin Rogers left here, right?
Yes.
Go to Auburn.
Yes.
You do know Justin Rogers played a year at Auburn, but he has to come back.
Yes.
So when you realize we give you an opportunity to show who you are, and you don't show who you are, you got to get your ass up through. That's part of the thing. So all these players we talk about, I'm not saying the same about all of them. I know it's politics into it. I am saying that if I'm saying once you leave, we do have an open door policy, which means not open door where you can come talk about it. You got open door where you can come back. So Justin Rogers did want to come back. It was not in the cards because you left. We replaced you with Keyshawn Silver. We happy with Keyshawn Silver. Let's go, Cat. What's your prediction before we get out of here? Was Van get his prediction? We out of here by 10:30. By the time the clock hits 10:30, we gone.
Man, I'm gonna hold on to 9 and 3. I am a cat whisker from going 10 and 2 from what Drew said, from what Justin Rowland said about us beating Texas in Austin. It's close to being 10 and 2, but I'm gonna hold on to 9 and 3.
I like 9 and 3 too. I'm gonna go with that until I see what we do. Now if we come out and that offense the offense look jiggy against Southern Miss, you might hear something else from me. Van from the SIP. I'm from Ohio. We appreciate y'all for watching. We'll be back next week. Peace out.